The Weekly Catch with Gretch.
Hello, and welcome to the Weekly Catch with Gretch. I'm Gretchen Klein. Professionally, I wear quite a few hats, but my priority is my research. I'm the head of the Dawn of Eve research project. The Dawn of Eve was supposed to be a top secret study, but unfortunately, due to a security breach, a company called Amazon published some footage of my study. This footage has become quite popular, which in turn has turned me into a public figure. Last week, I tweeted asking for a podcast recommendation, and amongst all the recommendations, one of my fans asked me to create a podcast. I truly underestimated the power of the Gretchlins. I responded saying that if I got 5 likes, I would create a podcast, and very quickly, it got more than 5 likes. So that is why I've created the Weekly Catch with Gretch. I'll be discussing what has been happening in my life over the past week, having some special guests, and saying my opinion on anything and everything. Now, typically, in a study like the one I'm conducting, all information would be kept secret. But since so much has already been shared, my subject's legal guardians have agreed to allow me to discuss them on this platform. So now I guess I'll give you the catch-up on what's been happening in my life this past week. Last weekend was the Super Bowl, which I despise because of its toxic masculinity, and I normally avoid it at all costs. But I put a Twitter poll out asking if I should allow the girls to watch, and overwhelmingly, the Gretchlin said yes. So we ended up watching the Super Bowl, and don't tell anyone this, but I actually liked it. Not the game, but I liked watching the group dynamics of the girls unfold. Dot, Tony, Rachel, and Shelby intensely watched the game, while Leah, Fatten, and Nora really didn't care about it, and they were only there for the halftime show and the commercials. So none of the girls had a strong preference on which team they wanted to win, because none of them were from Tampa or wherever that other team was from. But because of their competitive personalities, Tony and Rachel chose sides. Tony and Shelby rooted for the Chiefs, while Rachel went all in for the Bucks. Dot decided to stay undecided and keep out of the drama. As the night went on and it became clear that the Bucks were going to win, Rachel taunted Tony to no end, and thank God Shelby was there to hold her back, or else there would have been a massive brawl, which would have been entertaining, but I don't want to deal with the paperwork. So that covers the Super Bowl. Now I'll discuss what's happening right now. Valentine's Day is today, which is honestly a very difficult day for me because of the recent passing of my dear Lynn, which is still a very fresh wound. And I thank all the Gretchlins for their condolences and support during my time of grief. But Audrey is making it slightly better. She is being very supportive, and I appreciate that. So I know all my Gretchlins are going to ask if I'm arranging a special Shoney evening. And the answer is yes. I've created a Lady and the Tramp inspired evening for the two of them to enjoy, because Lady and the Tramp is my epitome of romance. If you're interested in seeing what their evening looks like, check out my Twitter and Instagram. I'll post a picture, because why not? The world's seen it all already. And yes, I know my Gretchlins will also ask me about Leah, Dot, and Fatten, and I have also set up a special evening for those 3. I'm having Faber sing them Italian opera while they eat tacos. So, again, very romantic in my eyes. I hope they enjoy it. And I'm not leaving the others out. They're getting their own fun night where they're eating goat parm. Gonna be a real great night for all the girls. So in my next episodes, I'll be discussing my second job, where I book out my island for destination weddings, when it's not being used for experiments, of course. In that episode, I'll also get into my drama with TripAdvisor, because right now we are having major issues. In a future episode, I'm going to discuss my relationship with the Goodkins and how I am related to Dave, Shelby, and J-Lo. So if you're interested in that, Like this, subscribe, and continue listening to my podcast. I just want to say thank you so much to all my Gretchlins. I love your support. Keep it coming. It's truly appreciated. And I'll be back next week to give you the weekly catch with Gretch.